Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. My cough drop hasn't quite kicked in, and this is Rome. This is a little bit of an unplanned video. We kick over here to the display real fast. We'll see, I got a message from John Alpha, who we were talking about on the video talking about monetization and how things are going and suggestions and stuff. And he said, I think it's good to develop a homebrew algorithm for when to drop a playlist. You start a new game, and depending on views, time, subscribers, you continue or drop it. Or you go completion route, get known as a channel that produces complete playlists of games. I think people think they want complete lists, but few of them watch to the end. That's huge right there. He says, sorry I'm ranting, but I'm interested in this for some reason. We need to give him the heart there, because I do love that comment. And as you can see, I started to respond, and I got this far and was nowhere near done with my answer, and said, you know what? Let's just film this. It'll be a lot easier. So essentially what I've said is, in the past, I've done first looks of games. And then the idea is I put it out. If there's a lot of interest and I at all enjoy the game, then that gives me an option to do a long-term playthrough. I've done long-term playthroughs on Pathfinder games and never really had a lot of interest in them. Not huge anyway. We did complete the DLC for the first Pathfinder game. And I played the roguelike dungeon crawler quite a bit on the channel as well for the first Pathfinder. I've done a bunch of playthroughs, complete playthroughs of BattleTech. We played XCOM through, I don't know, 3 or 4 times on Twitch, and most of those I think are on YouTube as well. I've done long series for Football Manager, coaching for 15, 20 years for a number of teams. We did long-term playthroughs of RimWorld, sometimes to the actual end, right? Get off the planet, sometimes to our own self-imposed goals. But we've done quite a bit of that. Cyberpunk was one I wish you guys were interested in. I have beaten it, well, played to the credits, probably 3 or 4 times at this point. I think 4. I do have Starfield and Falling Frontier on my wish list. Both games really interest me. And I would like to play through them at this point, unless something changes. I hate them, they're buggy, whatever it may be. Those are both sci-fi games that I'm really interested in. Starfield obviously is, kind of a RPG style, first person type game, role-playing game. And Falling Frontier is more of an RTS, but it looks amazing. So potentially long-term playthroughs of those. Rogue Trader comes out, we're playing it to the end, unless, as I said here, Owlcat continues to Owlcat, and they release a game that is just one game-ending bug after another. But I'm hugely interested in Rogue Trader. I love the Warhammer 40K series. I love the Rogue Trader role-playing game. I wish I would have had more opportunity to play it in the past. I've done some kind of small one-offs, but I've never really had a party that was... I've never had a play group that was into sci-fi, generally speaking. They've been mostly fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons styles of things. Manor Lords we did a video or 2 of that. I'm really interested in Manor Lords as it gets out and starts to do kind of more of a, goes from, kind of a banished RimWorld type community builder to like a Banner Lords kind of style, large unit combat, that sort of stuff. Super excited about that one. It looks absolutely amazing. Warhammer Darktide is out now. I've been too busy to pick it up since it got released, I think on the 30th. But I'm probably going to buy it today and give it a look. Now you know where the $40 I made for the month is going. So I'm really interested in that. We may even live stream that. If you guys are interested in some co-op on that, let me know. So we've got some stuff coming up that I'd like to do. Now, problems. First of all, YouTube channels generally get pigeonholed for one game. I watch MMO Girl, and she's so frustrated that all she can do is essentially romance videos about Cyberpunk. Nothing else she does, no matter how hard she works, gets views. And to some extent, my channel's been pigeonholed as a BattleTech Universe channel at this point. MechWarrior and BattleTech. Those are the things that I'm guaranteed to get views on, and everything else is going to be potentially single views per video. Single digit, 8, 9, maybe I'm lucky I'll get 12, right? Whereas, I'm somewhere between 100 to 200 to occasionally a few thousand for MechWarrior videos. So to some extent, I'm already kind of stuck in a genre And it's hard to play games outside of that genre. And that's fine. I mean, I understand that's where it is. I know a lot of people, rage against the walls that close in, and get stuck playing one game. And that's one of the reasons why things like Rogue Trader and such, I'm just going to do a long-term playthrough. If the game interests me that much, I'm just going to say screw it and we'll put it out there. As the channel becomes more of a, hopefully getting the channel out to be a channel that people expect to see different games on. And again, I'd love to do long-term playthroughs of them. That would be great. To be a variety channel rather than a single game channel, right? I'd love to be able to do what Co-Carnage or Quill 18 does, and be able to just pick up any game and know they're going to get views. And that would be amazing. Now, one of the problems is, and we talked a little bit about this over the last few weeks, one of the problems with long-term playthroughs, and this comes back to what John had said about, I think people think they want complete lists, but few watch them to the end. There is that. There is a fatigue, especially a game like MechWarrior, where it's very much the very same loop over and over and over with just slightly bigger mechs, right? I completely understand it. I don't mind so much the slight drop off in numbers. I don't see a huge drop off in individual views per video at least for my MechWarrior streams videos. But what we see is a big drop off in some new subscribers. So the channel stops growing. So if we go back, I'll see if I can find it here. Analytics. And we'll go to, I guess I can switch over so you guys can see what I'm doing. If we go to subscribers and we go to, I don't know, last 90 days. September. This right here is the last couple of weeks of our last MechWarrior playthrough, right? So we started right about here. Big spike, new series, everybody's excited. We got lots of new subscribers. And then right about here, kind of 3 weeks in, stuff drops, and we're losing subscribers or staying even. This is a section here where we were negative net 3 over about a week, right? And we picked up one a couple days in a row, and then we dropped another one, right? And so it's really, really hard to to dive into these, right? And then we've had a couple videos here that did great for us randomly out of the blue, and then, back down, and now we're into the next series. So this is what we're trying to avoid right here. And that's really where we get it. Overall views in that time period, you can see there's a little bit of a dip, but generally speaking, we're pretty even, right? And this series we've done really well. We've had great views here. Some of these views here, though, are shorts. They're not video views. They're 15-second views. So don't get too hung up on that. Watch time is more indicative. And you can see here, we didn't really see a drop in watch time, right? The people that watch the videos continue to watch the videos. We just didn't get new people in. So it's not so much an issue of losing individual views for a video for long term. It's just that the channel doesn't grow. That makes sense. And so I think the fix to this is you have to do 2 long-term videos that are staggered 2 or 3 weeks out. So as one stops to drop and bring new people to the channel, the other one picks up and continues that. And you're able to then do 2 long terms at the same time. The question is, what is that second long-term one to pair with MechWarrior? Because it needs to be something that MechWarrior fans, that the people that already watch the channel are interested in, so I don't lose people by putting something new on the channel. Because that's a real thing, right? When channels stray too far from their original content, from their audience, that core audience, people bail. They run away. Now, our channel over the years has done enough things. There's enough people there that subscribe for RimWorld, that subscribe for Football Manager, right? That subscribe for XCOM over the years, that probably I might be okay. Like I expect there's people there that aren't just MechWarrior fans. And so I think I'd be fine doing another long term. I just don't want it to be all of the work I put into a video for 5 or 6 views. Because if that's the case, I'd rather just play the game by myself, off screen, offline, and enjoy it. and have a great time and be able to sit down and play for hours without worrying about playing too far ahead, so I can't react to comments or, you know, or throw too much video up at once or get too far behind on editing. I don't mind editing. There are days I love editing, but editing really is for me generally a chore to get done. Is not the dream. I do try to explore. You guys see that my editing styles change. I'm always trying new things, and that's honestly just to keep things interesting for me. It really is. Some days it's just because I was lazy and I don't want to set up the green screen. The green screen is huge. It's a pain in the butt. You can see it's that giant thing right there, right? That's got to be pulled out. It's got to be set up. It's got to be lit evenly so that we can actually get a reasonable green screen. And I've got a window here and a window here, and the sun moves this way across the day. So I get huge hot spots here, then huge hot spots here. You know, so you have to close all the curtains, and then of course you need lights up, and then, yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's a pain. It's just a negative of the space I'm recording in. So I'll go, you know, a week without playing with the green screen. But anyway, editing for me is the issue, right? I don't want to have 15 videos all recorded that now need to be edited, because for me, that's just I look at that and that's just a huge demotivator for me, to sit down and kind of plug your way through it. And then I think the product suffers because I'm just trying to work my way through something. So I don't want to play too far ahead, essentially is it. And so if a video doesn't get views, but it's a game I like, for me, it's so much nicer to just play the game and not worry about the channel. It doesn't go up. You know, I beat the Ascent. I loved that. We did a quick view, and I was a little bit critical of the movement, got a lot of negative views from it. But I still loved the game. I didn't have anything, you know, bad overall, and we didn't get the views. So I just played it on my own and had a great time. Might try to do, there's a DLC that came out a couple months ago for it that I might bust out and see if there's any interest in. But anyway, that's the key, is I need to come up with a second video to pair with MechWarrior. Now, there's a number of games coming out as the year goes on. I mean, we're already in November, and I believe if we go back to display and we go to my wish list, Starfield, they're still saying 2023. I'm assuming Christmas of 2023. I think they want this to be a big, huge kind of sales type of deal. Superfuse, I'm interested in. Zero Sievert, I put up a video on. In theory, it's out in its full version on the 15th. If that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. I do like that. I really did like the Russian kind of literature, sci-fi books that these games are based on. Book, I guess book is, it's just one book, I think. It's been so long since I've read it. But I did enjoy it. Prose is a little bit weird being translated from Russian, but still good. So I am interested in playing that one. Superfuse, I'm interested in. Obviously, this is my wish list. Starfield, like I said, is supposed to be out at the end of the year. Warhammer Dark Tide is out now. And Falling Frontier is also supposed to be out this year. And I guess this is early access. This release date is early access for Cosmoteer. I have Cosmoteer, but I got so little views for Stardeus, which is very, very similar, that I haven't played it for the channel. I haven't played it at all yet, actually. But I do have the demo for it. I haven't picked up the early access yet. Maybe we could take a look at that. It's kind of a Lego Minecraft style of building your ship as you go. It's pretty cool. So that's my thoughts. I don't know. It's a long way around. I hope that answers your question, John. Like I said, I'll throw this video up and point you to it, and then go from there. One other thing, as long as I got you guys here, I won't play it because I don't want to get a strike and I don't want to steal views from somebody else. Whoops, we were already where we needed to be. My favorite TikTok singer, Natty Dread, has just released a short version of Greenfields of France here on the YubTubs for a short. I will put the link down below if you guys are interested. She's absolutely amazing, and she does a great job with this one. So completely unrelated, but that's that. So thanks again for the comment, John. Everybody else has any questions, even ones that are going to get a long-winded response like this one, feel free to throw them in there. or say, hey, I know this is a bigger question. How about a video on this? YouTubers always love content, man. Any excuse for content. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.